Welcome to Gaming Theme, Gaming Industry and Finance, your go-to channel, everything related to gaming business, to the stocks in gaming companies, etc. So you see here, this is my new channel, my friends, Gaming Industry and Finance, so check it out. It's growing very slowly, but I already have a couple of videos about CD Projekt, Corsair, etc. here on my channel. So guys, what are we talking today? Today we're going to talk about the Embracer Group. Embracer Group is a Swedish company, and you might have heard THQ, the name THQ, guys. So this is here. Today they're falling a little bit, yeah, and also a little disclaimer, of course, guys. I'm invested in Embracer Group. I bought today the stock. Besides of this, I'm not a financial advisor, just a retail investor and YouTuber that likes to share his opinion. This is for information and education purposes only. So guys, you can get the Embracer stock not only at the Stockholm Stock Exchange, as you can see here. You can also buy it in Germany, or you can buy it as an over-the-counter in the US with the ticker THQQF. THQQF. So it's very easy. You just go to Yahoo Finance, you type in Embracer Group, and then you find the ticker. So this is the Embracer Group. Let's head over to their main page, Embracer Group. So Embracer Group is the parent company of business developing and publishing PC, console and mobile games for the global games market. The group has an extensive catalog, over 250 owned franchises such as Saints Row, Goat Simulator, Dead Island, Darksiders, Metro, MX vs. ATV, Kingdoms of Amalur, Time Splitters, oh, that's an old game, Satisfactory, that's a new game, Wreckfest, Insurgency and World War Z, that's a popular game, amongst many others. So with its head office based in Karlstad, Sweden, Embracer Group has a global presence through its 8 operative groups: THQ Nordic GmbH, Koch Media GmbH, Deep Silver, Coffee Stain AB and Amplifier Game Invest AB, Saber Interactive, Decca Games, Gearbox Entertainment, everyone knows them, and EasyBrain. The group has 86 internal game development studios and is engaging more than 9,000 employees and contracted employees in more than 40 countries. So due to recent news, the group acquires Spot Film Networks, leading advertising company based on video on demand channel. It's a channel network in Germany, and Dark Horse Media, which is a comic publisher in the US. So little overview about the Embracer Group. So here you see, my god, it's driving me crazy, but on the other hand, we get a lot of information on their website. So on their website you get a lot of information, what they're doing, who they are. Here you see all their 8 operative groups, so with their 250 franchises, so THQ Nordic, Koch Media, Coffee Stain Studios, Amplifier, Saber, Decca, Gearbox, EasyBrain. So just talked about them. We're jumping into them immediately. So guys, I would very quickly, just a very quick overview what we see here, and then we go to their amazing PowerPoint presentation for the second quarter ending. So interim report, we're going to look a little bit more at the inside how the operational financial performance was of the Embracer Group. I think there's something very interesting that we can learn about it. So as I said, so I'm invested now in Embracer Group. I bought a very little stake now, so obviously it's dropping since then. So I bought it more or less at 97 something today. So since then it's dropping, but we have to put it in perspective. Let's put the chart in perspective. We can see it here. You can also go full screen. Let's go full screen. So we see, I mean, they were, look, if you put the chart like this, it looks like a flag. So so you can always fake a little bit the chart for yourself. Put it like this, it looks much better. So just scrolling. All right, so you can see, actually, of course, the pandemic was also pushing them in the beginning of 2020, though they were profiting like all the other. Yeah, since the pandemic, the chart really looked nice. So you can see it here, guys. So since 2020, so we were going up to almost what is it, 130 40 Swedish crown. So yeah, in order to know what's the value of a Swedish krona is one US dollar is 9.11 Swedish krona, and overall that's maybe this might be interesting if you invest and you come from the US or from the Eurozone, that you already always look a little bit also on the forex here, that you see how this is actually changing your investment. But normally I don't really take this too much into account, because then you're just getting crazy on this. All right, so from a technical point of view, my friends, it's very difficult to say a lot about this. So Embracer Group, they're growing a lot. They have a lot of acquisitions, as I just said, about other companies, about all kind of companies in the entertainment sector. And so if you were invested early on, of course you made a lot of money, but no one invests in companies like this early on. So mostly you come a little bit later to the game. So therefore the question is it now an investment? Does it make sense to invest now, or even do you want to wait for a bigger pullback? So I decided to go in now with a tiny position, and then maybe if we see another pullback, maybe back to the 75 Swedish krona, then I would consider to invest a little bit more. So, but at the moment the growth story looks also from a technical point of view, from the mere chart point of view, it looks actually very nice. So. And here we also saw a little rebound. So after the pandemic stocks, where all the stay-at-home stocks were dropping massively, we see a little rebound here. So can we see new highs? Guys, I have no crystal ball. I can't tell you. I mean, it's a long time investment now for me. I'm trying to stay here in this stock at least 1 to 3 years, or even longer. So it depends, of course, how it develops. So this is the mere chart, of course, and then you can go here on the Embracer Group. You go in investors, and then you see, for example, all those press releases you can look at. So five announced acquisitions. Embracer Group enters into an agreement to acquire Dark Horse. I just told you. So they're really open. They're really open with their investors. So I like this already. I like that you get all this information. You have a governance section, news, media, about. So it's very cool. So from this point of view, it's very investors friendly. And then I can recommend you to go to the reports and presentation. So you get all of those different reports with press releases and with presentation and even a webcast, so you can even watch it. So guys, I mean, that's very good. So, and therefore I would say we jump now into the second quarter ending and the second quarter interim report from November the 17th of the Embracer Group. So this is produced by the Embracer Group from their investor relations page. So that is my reference. So it's not produced by me, of course. But I would say let's jump a little bit into this and look what we see in this PowerPoint, because that's it gives you a little more clear point of view where we stand there. So maybe from the numbers. So net sales, we have a year-on-year growth of 38%. And net sales in games, that's for the whole group, for the games only, 89%. So they're actually growing when it comes to gaming. So net sales, publishing and film, there they have a negative growth, and the operational EBIT is also a growth by 49%. So guys, this is now a little bit more with numbers, so bear with me, but because this is also important for investors to look at the numbers, but I'm not trying to get too much into it. So if you're interested in those numbers, and if you have a background in finance and accounting, etc., then I recommend you, before you invest, always to read those balance sheets, those numbers, of course. So performance growth, 11% games, organic growth. So 11% games. So okay, that's a performance game, 11% on games. I understand this. So where are the key revenue titles? So Hot Wheels Unleashed, a very interesting game. Sudoku.com, World War Z Aftermath, that released then also on Steam. Tribes of Midgard. So Pipeline Projects, 197. So they're not like a CD Projekt, like concentrating only on one specific game, on one trick pony game, let's say, put it like this. Now they're just producing a lot of games, just producing a lot of different games, and not only indie games, but I would say medium games that are played a lot, like a World War Z, like a Hot Wheels Unleashed. So those are games that were actually popular with the player base. So internal studios 86, headcount 9,000 people working for the Embracer Group. That's pretty cool. So it's not just some tiny little indie company. No, they have a lot of people they take care of. And then we have the mobile proforma, that's proforma, so performance. That's always important. So how many active users you have, how many daily users you have in mobile, so and how many installations. So those are actually very good numbers. So 25 AAA releases planned until March 2026. So they're looking way forward. I mean, it's 22 guys, and they have 25 AAA releases planned. So postponed Saints Row and another unannounced but early expected AAA games coming in the fourth quarter of 2022. Premium game projects, developer teams between 100 and 250 million sellers. Sorry, significant marketing budgets. Of course, you have to that budget. This means also they give to YouTubers like me, then sometimes review keys. So I get the game for free, but that's okay. I mean, I talked in positive about those games on my YouTube channel. That's how the business works. Then of the upcoming 25 releases are 11 in full production, 6 under pre-production, and 8 in concept phase. So already 11 full production games. So they're really looking forward. It's and they have like 25 AAA games. So games that have 100 and 250 multi-million sellers. So they're expecting with those games. Operational EBIT forecast. So jumping over this. All games are scheduled to be released during the upcoming years, but no later than 25-26. All except 2 games are developed at internal studios. So development status as of November. Full production, pre-production, concept phase. Group-owned IPs, so intellectual properties, whether it's licensed or externally owned IPs. That's 15 group owned and 10 external. And then we have published by the group versus externally published. So 19 published by the group and 6 externally published. Net sales, I already talked a little bit about this. So we see a 55% growth in net sales, 88% for games, and a minus growth 11% minus for partner publication and film. Gross profit 92%, gross margin 76 in the second quarter, and operational EBIT 973. Also a growth. Wow, a year-on-year growth of 92. So I see good numbers. I see good numbers, but of course, I mean, those numbers only are not. You have to look a little bit further. But they invest a lot. Now we see here, they net investment. So they invest a lot of money, net investment in. In new games, in new studios. They buy new studios, they acquire new studios. So this is actually very nice. So we can see a free cash flow. So they have, of course, now we have a negative cash flow. So, but because we invest a lot, the increased investments are related to the addition of Aspire and Gearbox Entertainment, coupled with increased organic investments into new game development, where the latter is impacted by a shift from co-publishing projects. So, of course, I mean, at one point you have to be positive, but at the other hand, they are growing at the moment. At the moment, they're growing. They invest a lot. So I like it. I like it that they forward-looking, that they invest in new companies to overall build up the whole gaming portfolio. So becoming one of the really big players in the future. So pipeline and development and capacity continue to grow. So everything looks good. Will it stay like this? Well, we will see it. Here's the balance sheet. Total equity and liabilities, positive. Total assets. So we see this is actually also growing. Intangible assets is growing. And then we see cash and bank balance was decreasing. Total assets is growing. And then current liabilities are up. So always in million Swedish crowns. Total equity and liability. So net cash per, and then net cash per November. So all right, so the cash balance went a little bit down in cash and unutilized credit. Okay, looks okay. Non-operational amortization forecast, jumping over this. And then business areas, net sales breakdown. Net sales breakdown, digital, owned titles. Also jumping over this, increased diversification in recurring revenues. I like the diversification. That's actually very important. So here we see we have top 40 coverage. So no title amounts to 10% of the total game sales. That's actually something I like. So you see, so those are the different titles, and this is how much money they were making with those titles. So they're differently important, those titles. You have not just like with CD Projekt, you have like then for example one Cyberpunk that comes out, and if this game is not going to be popular, then the company has a big problem. Or next time it's The Witcher 4 coming out. So now they have a lot of different titles, a little bit like Nintendo. What can you compare it with Activision? Yeah, maybe even with Activision, whereby Activision Blizzard has also some very big brands. So TH Nordic, main back catalog drivers, you see those were the main games they had, and then they have selected pipeline. I think those are games that are coming out in the future. And then currently 42 games in development, of which 28 are yet to be announced. So THQ Nordic is, of course, that's the main company, if you can say so. So because they was the base company, THQ Nordic, and then now it's Embracer Group. Koch Media also very important with Metro Exodus, Kingdom Come Deliverance, Hot Wheels Unleashed, and now selected pipeline. So Core is a very good game. Dead Island, Payday 3 coming. Yeah, here we see already. Yeah. So those are new games after the fall of VR game. So they're also in the VR sector. Koch Media, Payday 2 was extremely popular. Saints Row was also a very popular game. So then we have Coffee Stain, Valheim, a very important game now. Deep Rock Galactic, Satisfactory. I guess the gamers of you all know those games, but probably don't know who was developing them. Oh, to be announced, a secret game, Midnight Ghost Hunt. Never heard about this one. Amplifier. So Amplifier, they work on indie titles. So I like this. So they actually have their little startup hub for indie titles. So you see all those indie studios, also very interesting to have this. And then we have Saber Interactive, of course, with our World War Z, Insurgency, SnowRunner, very popular games, and then upcoming Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic and The Evil Dead, A Quiet Place. Deca Crazy Labs acquisition of the Israel-based publisher and developer Crazy Labs closed in September. So this is a studio. I don't know what those are. Those mobile phone games? Probably those are mobile phone games. Then Easy Brain. Those are some intellectual games like Sudoku, puzzle games. And then Gearbox Software, of course. Gearbox Entertainment announced a new studio in Montreal. The studio has an ambition to over time employ 250 individuals. The new development team in Gearbox Studio Montreal will work on internal franchises and create new IPs. Steve Jones will take on the role as CEO. Very interesting. Risk of Rain, great success, came in early access. Borderlands 3, of course, also Borderlands games, always huge successes. And then Tribes of Midgard also came recently out. So Homeworld 3, Tiny Tina's Wonderland, and then another secret game, also very important. Then we have Partner Publishing and Films, Life is Strange, Net Sales Drives, Partner Publishing. Okay, interesting. Well, and then we have the M&A outlook. You see, I think we talked already about this. So the past 12 months we have made 37 acquisitions, and we're expecting to do a similar amount of transactions over the coming 12 months. We currently have a large range of active processes and dialogues, including a good number of signed exclusive term sheets. The parent company acquired 100% of the shares in Ionic Labs from its founders, so technology and business development company. Wow, they're really growing, guys. They're really growing. And on sustainability, no one cares. At least I don't. So they always put it like this. Oh, everyone cares about sustainability goals in companies. No, really not. ESG really not the big thing. So just my opinion, guys. As the whole video, as I'm not a financial advisor, I'm just a retail investor and a YouTuber. So recent recruitments. So you see, also very diverse, very nice. So very cool. All right, guys. So let's jump back to the chart. So I bought in. I think they have a lot to come in the future. So if you believe in the gaming world, in the gaming industry, so this is definitely an interesting stock in my personal opinion to own. So if they fall a little bit more, I hope actually that they fall, then I can get more shares of them, because I want to participate in this journey. I want to be part of this journey. I think that's amazing. So yeah, that's my disclaimer. I'm invested, obviously, guys. So with this, I'm leaving this video. So check out my other videos on my channel. I made, for example, a very quick analysis of Corsair Gaming. I talked about the recent breakout in CD Projekt yesterday, and I talk about the NFTs, crypto, and everything. So Gaming Fin. That is my channel. I try to grow it, so we're absolutely dedicated to the gaming industry and mixed with finances. All right, thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.